Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, what began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more, plus a full menu at the new adjacent Traffic Stop Diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination, Cops and Donuts. Rose Valley Winery committed to making quality wines from locally grown cold hardy grapes. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road, Rose City. Discount Foods, downtown Mile. Find national name brand foods and merchandise at sharply discounted prices. Shop the smart way and please the family without breaking the budget. Discount Foods, downtown Mile. Jerry's Joint at West Branch, some of the best burgers in town. Jerry's has a full menu, but when you order the burgers steaming hot, they're made the way you like it. Stacked high, made to order. Add fries, you've got a complete meal. Jerry's Joint of West Branch, home of the best burgers in town. Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Michigan Magazine. I'm Barry Stutzman. 20 years ago, we visited the Sneaky Peat family living in the forest near Vanderbilt with no electric and no running water, but a lot of love. This week we once again catch up with the family, all grown up, to find out how it went raising a family in the wilderness. Then we'll get our Mojo on as we preview an upcoming segment at a brand new restaurant in Bay City. Marlo's Mojo venue and menu. Then we discover there's much still happening at our state parks, even in the frigid winter. It's coming up next on Michigan Magazine. Announcing the Michigan Paddle Sports Directory, your one-stop internet connection at MichiganPaddlesports.com. It's now possible to explore Michigan's extensive waterways like never before. Michigan Paddle Sports Directory is a comprehensive directory of canoe and kayak rentals and liveries throughout the entire state of Michigan. At MichiganPaddlesports.com, you'll find a great paddling route, outfitter, store, school, rental shop, or tour guide. Michigan's great waterways are waiting for you. Make it an adventure worth remembering by first visiting MichiganPaddlesports.com. It was back in the early 90s that we made our way into the forest wilderness near Vanderbilt, Michigan. We were on a mission to meet an extraordinary man and his family who were living in the forest with no electric and no modern conveniences, in a cabin he and his wife constructed from scratch. His name is Pete, her name is Kathy, and their last name is Schindler. Their name may not ring a bell, but if you realize that Pete, Kathy, and the family performed throughout Michigan as the group Sneaky Peat and his Forever Family Band, you might say, oh yeah. Pete, along with his wife Kathy, cleared the land, hauled the logs, and made a true home for their growing family, while they toured and recorded their original tunes. Daughters Gypsy Wind, Katie Ray, and Simon Peter were taught the music business and to live in tune with nature. You may recall the story was relayed to you in a segment we called Living in the Forest. It's been about 20 years since our visit to the little cabin in the woods, and the family has grown and went their separate ways. But we learned the family unit is still strong as we again crossed paths with Pete, Kathy, Gypsy Wind, Katie Ray, and Simon Peter as they returned in a reunion performance at the Ogemaw County Fair, where they've been performing for over 20 consecutive years. This is quite a little expansion. You guys have grown since we saw you guys last. Well, we are at the Ogemaw County Fair with Sneaky Pete and his Forever Family Band. You know how long it's been since we saw you guys? It's been nearly, 20 years ago? Let's see if I've got everybody right here. Gypsy Wind, Katie Ray, Kathy, and Simon Peter. Right? Did I get it right? And Pete. And who do we have here, Pete?
And this is Lou Ray.
Lou Ray. And who does Lou Ray?
Katie's one-year-old boy here.
Well, congratulations. His birthday is this week, right?
Yep. Yeah. On Sunday.
This Sunday.
Sunday. Well, happy birthday. I remember when we were sitting around at the very beginning that you all had dreams of being a drummer, graphic arts, and you really didn't know what you wanted to do, did you? Right. Well, what are you doing now? Are you still into drumming, or what are you doing now, Simon?
Yeah, I play with 3 different groups. Okay. One, I play with a group of percussionists, and I do side work other than travel in the summers with the folks. And been making lots of music.
Oh, wow. You've come a long way. I mean, I remember seeing you out there with the stumps and, they're playing in the stumps and having a good time on the forest. Yep. Well, are you in the graphic arts or, into illustrations or anything?
Well, I'm actually in the fine arts, and I teach at Kendall College of Art and Design. I'm teaching in the drawing program, and I'm also making my own work, and I'll be having a show in Lapeer, Michigan at the Gallery 194 in September. My job, of course, I mean, you always get homesick, and definitely miss the cabin. I mean, we all have such a physical connection, I think, to that place. And it's making me, the older I get, and the busier I get, it's making me search out the out of doors, whether it's an activity or just going back home. And I think we all kind of use the cabin as sort of a place to congregate back together. It's still a home base in a way, even though we all have our own homes and our own lives going on.
I miss being in touch with the woods and the earth. It's just so peaceful. It brings a calm, you know, brings a calm to your whole soul. I also miss playing music a lot. You know, being a mom is a full-time job.
And I get a chance to do that much.
Not as much, you know, and I have to call mom and dad up, hey, I missed you guys, you know, but we still keep in good contact, and it's still okay. Actually, my husband Doug and I have recently been talking about kind of forming a little duo. He's a drummer, and he plays guitar, and he sings, and so I just love being around it, and I have some songs that I'm interested in, so we're going to start getting that going on and just playing around the area where we live. Other than that, I'm going to be a mommy, and you never know, I might have another little one someday. So
that wouldn't be so bad.
Katie graduated from high school. She went to Marquette to be a music major.
Yep.
And so I started going up there. We went up there a couple of times, and I liked it up there. And I started a degree back when I was about 21. And so I decided that I was going to go up to Northern and finish a music education degree. And so I followed Katie up there the year after she went to Northern, and she got used to me being there. And we were both in the music department at the same time.
it was good.
And we actually did recitals together. She was a piano major, I was a violin major. And so we got to play music together and took classes together. And
Sat next to each other, graduated.
we graduated
So it was
together.
awesome, yeah.
Yes, that was awesome. Yep. And so now, now that I have a teaching degree, I am teaching orchestra for the Crooked Tree Arts Council. It's the Dorothy Gerber Strings Program, and I'm a strings teacher. We teach 3rd grade through high school. And mostly I'm doing very beginners, 3rd graders. And this is the 4th year I'll be back teaching now. And I'm actually getting to the point where I'm having a lot of fun at it.
And I get to be his assistant.
Yeah.
Still making CDs? Still making music?
We're still making music. I did a CD a couple of years ago. It's a little more difficult now that I've started teaching to have the time.
Right.
You know, but we're still writing things and still learning. We'll get another CD out in another year or so. Yep.
You must be pretty proud of the way the family's come out like this.
I'm very proud of them, but I don't necessarily attribute that to just myself. I just, they all have skills that they've developed at the cabin, explored those and taken them as far as they can. It's pretty cool. I also went back to school and studied art, and that's opened up a lot of new ideas for me, and now that my kids are grown, even though I miss them, I have the time to explore a lot of those things. It's been wonderful. I learn something new every day just by trying to be creative with resources that I have. I need it. I need it personally.
Kathy likes to make stuff. It doesn't matter what it is. It's
Well, I remember when we were up there, you made a great cinnamon roll.
And I still do a lot of that too.
One of the things that I kind of wanted to say to you about, you know, the cabin and how we raised in a place that was a real humble place, no electricity and running water, but that's also one of the things that let me go back to school. You know, so I didn't have a mortgage, so I could go back to school and afford to be able to do that. I really want to put in a pitch for that, to encourage people to live simply and don't get yourself so far in debt that if you want to change in your life, you can make a change. And that cabin gave me the ability to do that. Because I didn't have a mortgage, I had my place paid off. Gee, I could go away for 4 years and it's still there. I live there now, and hey, it helped me immensely.
You never get that out of your blood. It's part of your
No.
psyche, I guess.
Never. Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about what you plan on doing with your future.
I plan on making lots and lots of music. That's what I do. I also work. I work with kids a lot. I give private lessons. I also run a kitchen in Marquette for a public school system. So I really enjoy getting involved with academia, like these guys, and just trying to give some hope to our future. And whether it's through music or in the classroom, just being involved is a good way to make a change.
Well, we'll look forward to that. How about you, Dipsy? What's your
I hope to just keep teaching. I mean, I think it's in my blood. This situation definitely teaches you just how to communicate, I think, and relate to people in general. So keep making art and keep teaching. And music for me is fun. So I can do it whenever I can and have fun at it.
If you just follow your heart and don't give up, the only thing that can stop you is if you give up. That's the only thing that can stop you.
Right. Pursue that passion. Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Hey, good to see you, Barry.
Thank you, Barry. Yeah.
The best, and we'll check back in another 20.
Okay.
The food is fantastic.
Yum.
Yes, it is, definitely.
Okay, Marlo, what do we got here? I mean, my goodness, this plate is full of Mojo. What do we got here?
Well, this is Logan, my oldest son's creation. That is the Italian nightclub. It has black label pastrami, Genoa ham, Genoa salami. It has provolone, Colby, and one more cheese that I can't, basic cheddar. This is our Reuben, and people love our Reuben. It features Old World Bakery here in town's homemade Asiago bread he makes for us every day. And it has a black label corned beef, a sauerkraut that I hand make and we stew down, and a nice Swiss cheese. And the sauces, I gave you extra sides of sauce because, like the pickles that are in here, this is a homemade mayonnaise mixed with our homemade ketchup from the tomatoes that we can, and then our pickles that I shred into it that we can from the garden. I have smoked salmon and the green olive. Ooh, and those are our pizza bread and our cracker bread.
Oh my.
So try it, guys. You just might like it.
Delicious.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. For home, medical, and healthcare products, visit Rose City Drug at 2640 North M33, just south of Rose City city limits. Rose City Drug has a complete diabetic department, including shoes. Serving Michigan for over 20 years. Rose City Drug, Rose City. Hale Hardware, your do-it center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com. The Michigan winter of 2010-2011 was a cold one, hanging on through early spring. Kept a lot of visitors and Michiganders indoors, but not all. Many took advantage of our winter wonderland by visiting our state parks. Yep, our state parks certainly we don't close down just because of a little nipness in the outdoors or a few feet of white stuff covering the ground. We certainly have testimonies of that as we visited the 5th Annual Winter Festival at the Rifle River Recreation Area, a state park in Lupton, Michigan. Well, on this edition of Michigan Magazine, we are on a blustery winter day in the Lupton area with Eric Cohen. Eric, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
And we are at a special event at a very fine Michigan State Park, and this is the Rifle River Recreation Area. Tell us a little bit about what we got here, Eric.
Well, it's probably our 5th year with a winter festival. We try and do it in conjunction with Free Fishing Weekend so that folks can come out and enjoy some ice fishing without having to purchase a license. We do have a hay ride going. We have a little sledding hill here for the kids. You're welcome to cross-country ski the trails. And we have cook your own hot dogs for lunch for people. So.
Oh my, so this is a free event. All you've got to do is pay for your pass to get into the park, which is good for all the parks in the entire state. So if you get a pass today, you can enjoy the summer too. But right now, we're in the midst of winter. So what we have here is a lot of volunteer work by some people in the area too, providing some of the hot dogs and hot chocolate, right?
Yep, the hot dogs were donated by the business across the street. Okay. And we've got some help from some rangers at different parks throughout the area to give us a hand today. So
what we're trying to do too is just let people know that the parks are alive and well during the winter as well as the summer. And tell us about some of the events that are some of the things people can do during the winter when this little festival here in the winter is done. They can still cross-country skiing, and what else?
And they can come out for ice fishing. We do have 5 rustic cabins that are open year-round, okay, which are very popular during the winter months. Our campground is open year-round as well, and our modern toilet and shower building, so if you need a little warm-up or a shower, so people like that as well.
Well, there's an idea, wintertime camping. I've heard of that. Have you ever did that?
I have not, but we do have a number of folks camping in hammocks, actually, this weekend. So.
Oh my. So that's a big misconception, is that our parks close down for the winter. I mean, they button things up and then they head on back to the fireplaces at home, but this is quite the large camp area here, plus the entire Rifle River Recreation area is pretty big. Tell us about the dimensions and what.
Well, we have about 4,500 acres. There's 7 lakes. The Rifle River obviously runs through the park. So we are open to hunting and trapping, in the fall, winter months, and ice fishing activities, and so we do have a lot of winter opportunities as well as throughout the year.
Right. You've got modern campgrounds, rustic campgrounds, all venues.
Yep.
Right?
We do have a modern campground. We also have 3 rustic campgrounds and the rustic cabins, as we mentioned before. We also have a few boating access sites in the park if you want to launch a boat or put a canoe in, and so there's opportunities for that as well.
Thank you very much, Eric. Well, I've come across a hearty bunch here. Tell us, you guys are sleeping in hammocks, are you? What's this all about?
Yeah, we sleep in hammocks.
Look at him.
We all kind of met up online on a forum, and this is just a big gathering.
So these are, the forum is pretty much for camping in hammocks? Is that what it is? Or
yeah.
In the wintertime. Now, why the wintertime?
Why not?
Why?
Why not? I mean, it's one of those things. It's out there. Let's do it. Some guys have gone as low as, I think, one of the guys recently did 30 below, 0. And it's just one of those challenges. You want to see if you can do it. Hammocks are actually extremely comfortable in cold weather. Most people think, oh, you're freezing your butt off, but we have, under quilts made out of down material, top quilts. There's a whole bunch of different designs. There's about 12 different hammocks here today. Some are homemade, and some are just, you can buy from, different companies.
Well, what in the world got you guys interested in something like this? I mean, why, just the excitement, the adventure?
I love the outdoors, and about 10 years ago I had a back problem, and I've lost the ability to be able to sleep on my back on the ground in camp tenting. So this has become a solution that I just found out about probably in the last couple months, and it's been great. It's given me a lot of my outdoor freedom back. I love it.
Oh my goodness! And you don't run into that many campers out here. It's a kind of a
no.
And you slept in the truck, right?
Yeah, I slept in the bed of the truck. My son talked to me 3 weeks ago about hey, let's go camping. I was like, yeah, who goes camping in the wintertime? But I thought, well, yeah, we'll go. So we're doing this together, and my son just recently got into. Basically, you just got into hammocks, didn't you? Last, what, 4, 5, 6 months?
I got my first hammock about a year ago.
Oh, okay.
And it kind of was just like a leisure thing, just set it up and hang out in, and then I just kind of slowly was like, all right, well, started reading more and more, and well, hey, it is really practical. It's really lightweight. It's comfortable, and the list goes on. Like, why not? So this is my first time winter camping, and my first time ever sleeping in the winter in a hammock.
Yeah, you guys aren't limited to the winter months. Of course, you do this all year long, right?
Right. Yep. All year long.
I'm actually doing the Appalachian Trail this summer with my hammock.
So there you go. Enjoy one of the greatest family values you'll ever find, Michigan State Parks. Get your recreation passport when you renew your vehicle plates, and then pack the family in and enjoy Michigan all year long. It's a great way to get up and get out and enjoy Michigan off the beaten path. Well, that's all the time we've got for this edition of Michigan Magazine. So glad you could join us. Hope you join us next week for another edition as we hit those Michigan back roads to discover Michigan off the beaten path. Winds are blowing a little stronger and temperatures are continuing to dip just a bit, ushering in our winter wonderland season full of outdoor festivals and fun here in the Great Lakes State. To find out what's happening in your neck of the woods, we urge you to check out the website www.michigan.org or visit all our social network connections. We've got plenty of them on the web. Till we meet again, we hope you have a great and wonderful week. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Randy's Restaurant and Bakery, downtown Rose City. Freshly baked daily, cookies, breads, pastries, donuts, homemade pies, and more. Randy's has a full menu to tackle the heartiest appetite, including pizza and hand-dipped ice cream. Taste the freshness and savor the good times at Randy's, downtown Rose City. The Art of Amalia Jonas is at the art store near Lupton, Michigan. Stop by her gallery or visit her online to purchase that perfect masterpiece or sign up for private lessons. Begin your journey in the world of art by capturing the inspiration around you under the personal direction of Amalia Jonas at the art store. Rose Valley Winery, committed to making quality wines from locally grown cold hardy grapes. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road, Rose City. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts.